Welcome to Europe Beyond the Guidebook. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey across Europe. Europe continues to inspire travelers from around the world. We hope this adventure will spark your curiosity, fuel your wanderlust, and give you new ideas for places to explore. The beauty of Europe lies not only in its famous landmarks, but also in the countless stories, traditions, and experiences waiting around every corner. The Eiffel Tower, the Colosseum, Big Ben. We've all seen the pictures, and millions flock to these places every year. But what if the Europe you know is just the beginning? That beyond the well-trodden tourist trails, there's another Europe. A Europe of hidden gems, of vibrant local life, of cities that hum with authenticity. These are places where you can still feel like a traveler, not just a tourist. Where a conversation with a shopkeeper can be as memorable as a museum visit. And where the best discoveries are made by simply getting a little lost. This is the backdoor Europe, where the real magic happens. Berat, central Albania, a UNESCO World Heritage City on the Osum River, called the City of a Thousand Windows. Terraced white Ottoman houses climb Mangalem, dark-framed dritare stacked like watchful eyes. Across the water, the elegant Gorica Bridge links the historic quarters as everyday life flows over stone. Up close, repeating windows create hypnotic rhythms, geometry shaped by sun and centuries. At dusk, the ex-hero begins, families and friends strolling the promenade, cafes hum, greetings ripple block to block. Above, the Kala rises, castle walls around a lived-in neighborhood, doorways, laundry lines, children at play. Inside, the Onufri Iconography Museum glows with 16th century icons, famed for radiant, unmistakable reds. Taste anchors memory, tava kosi, baked lamb and rice beneath tangy yogurt, simple, satisfying, Albanian. Travel tip, reach the ramparts at golden hour. Light washes roofs, river bends, and distant Timor and Spirag. As the sun drops, Berat glows, an authentic crossroads of history, craft, and everyday grace. While most visitors to Portugal are drawn to the bustling streets of Lisbon or the port cellars of Porto, a true cultural gem lies halfway between them, Coimbra. This city lives and breathes with the rhythm of its university, one of the oldest in the world. The upper town feels like an academic campus, students in traditional black capes scurrying between ancient lecture halls. The energy is youthful and intellectual, contrasted with the city's deep-rooted history. The crown jewel, Biblioteca Joanina, panning inside the ornate Baroque library. Gilded shelves and ancient books close up. A surprising colony of bats protects the volumes. Down by the Mondego River, the mood softens. Riverside parks and terraces invite a relaxing afternoon. Coimbra offers Portuguese grandeur in a compact, walkable, affordable package. To soak in the atmosphere, catch the city's unique fado, sung only by men and often by students. Next, the journey moves to a city that claims to be one of the oldest in Europe, even older than Rome or Athens. Welcome to Plovdiv, Bulgaria. Its history is immediately apparent in the magnificent Roman theater. It's a remarkably preserved amphitheater that still hosts concerts and plays today, and the modern city sprawls just below. Walking through the old town, you'll find beautifully restored 19th century houses, their colorful facades and overhanging upper floors. But Plovdiv isn't just living in the past. Just below the old town is the Kapana district, the trap, a vibrant labyrinth of pedestrian streets buzzing with creativity. Once a craftsman's quarter, it's now filled with art galleries, trendy cafes, independent boutiques. This is where you feel the city's modern pulse. Tourists often make a beeline for Sofia or the Black Sea coast, completely missing this thriving cultural hub. Tip: allow yourself to get lost in Kapana's streets. Every corner reveals a new piece of street art or a cozy bar to discover. Chapter 4. Ghent, Belgium. Fairy tale charm without the crowds. When people imagine a canal-laced city in Belgium, their minds almost invariably drift to Bruges. And while Bruges is undeniably lovely, Its immense popularity can sometimes make it feel less like a living city and more like a perfectly preserved but crowded historical theme park, where souvenir shops outnumber bakeries. But just a short train ride away, often less than 30 minutes, lies Ghent, a city that offers all the same fairy tale charm, but with a refreshingly authentic, lived-in soul. The journey itself is a pleasant glide through the flat green landscapes of Flanders, a brief moment of transition before plunging into a different world. Arriving at the main station, Ghent St. Peters, a quick tram ride delivers you directly into the city's beating heart. Here, the soundtrack isn't just the click of cameras, but the rumble of trams, the whir of student bicycles, and the murmur of Dutch conversations spilling from cafes. It's a city that breathes. Its medieval core is a stunning tapestry of soaring church spires. This is the famous Torenreach, or Tower Row, a trio of iconic structures that have defined the skyline for centuries. There's the imposing St. Nicholas's Church, the UNESCO-listed belfry, a powerful symbol of the city's medieval wealth and independence, and the magnificent St. Bavo's Cathedral. Within St. Bavo's lies one of the world's most significant artistic treasures, the Adoration of the Mystic Lamb, better known as the Ghent altarpiece. This 15th century masterpiece by the Van Eyck brothers is a landmark of Western art, and seeing its luminous detail up close is a profound experience. From the cathedral, it's a short walk to the Old Port, where ornate guild halls line the Grassley and Cornley quays. These buildings, with their stepped gables and golden facades, were the headquarters of the powerful medieval guilds, the boatmen, the masons, the grain merchants, who built Ghent's fortune. They stand as proud monuments along a network of canals that rival any in Europe. A traveler's tip: taking a canal tour offers a completely different perspective, allowing you to glide under ancient stone bridges and appreciate the city's architecture from the water, just as traders did centuries ago. It's a city that feels both grand and intimate at the same time. Dominating the old town is the Gravenstein, the castle of the counts. This formidable 12th century fortress, complete with a moat and turrets, sits astonishingly right in the city center. A tour through its halls offers a fascinating, and at times slightly grim, look into medieval justice, with a collection of historical torture devices. But the climb to the top is worth it for the commanding panoramic views over the city's rooftops. Because so many tourists are funneled into Bruges, Ghent retains its character as a vibrant university city. Locals actually outnumber tourists here, and that makes all the difference. This authenticity extends to its culinary scene. For a real local treat, try a Nuzik or Little Nose. It's a traditional cone-shaped candy with a hard shell and a gooey raspberry filling, sold from charming carts in the city squares. It's a sweet, unique little indulgence. Another tip for food lovers: seek out a water zooey, a rich and creamy stew, traditionally made with fish or chicken. It's the ultimate Flemish comfort food, perfect after a day of exploring. Ghent is a city that doesn't just show you its history. It invites you to become a part of its living, breathing present. Chapter 5. The next stop is a city that has been German, Bohemian, Austrian, and now Polish, Wrocław. This complex history has created a place with a truly unique character. The heart of the city is the magnificent Rynok, or Market Square, one of the most beautiful in Europe, lined with a kaleidoscope of colorful, restored merchant houses. But the real magic of Wrocław is its location, spread across 12 islands, connected by over 100 bridges, earning it the nickname, the Venice of Poland. Exploring the city becomes a delightful game of island hopping, from the church-filled Ostrów Tumski to the bustling market hall, Hala Targowa, where you can find everything from fresh produce to local cheeses. For years, tourists focused on Krakow or Warsaw, leaving Wrocław as Poland's best-kept secret. As you explore, keep your eyes peeled for the city's smallest residents. Hundreds of little bronze dwarf statues, each one unique, hidden in plain sight. A fun, quirky treasure hunt. Chapter 6. When you hear Transylvania, you might think of Dracula and dark, spooky castles, but here's a different side of this historic region. Welcome to Sibiu, a wonderfully preserved city founded by German settlers known as the Transylvanian Saxons, in the 12th century. Its past is written in the architecture of its fortified old town. Sturdy walls, defensive towers, charming squares, winding stairways, hidden passages. The city is a joy to explore on foot, you know. The houses here have a peculiar feature, small eyelid-like windows on their roofs, which locals say make it feel like the city where the houses have eyes. Chapter 7. Just south of the perennially popular Croatian coast lies, a place of breathtaking, dramatic beauty, the Bay of Kotor in Montenegro. It looks like a Scandinavian fjord that was magically dropped into the warm Adriatic. Tucked away in the bay's innermost point is the town of Kotor, a perfectly preserved medieval maze of marble streets, hidden squares, ancient churches, all enclosed by formidable Venetian walls, zigzagging dramatically up the steep mountainside behind the town. The real adventure in Kotor is hiking those city walls. It's a strenuous climb. With each step, the view gets more spectacular, culminating in a panoramic vista of the red-roofed town and the Sapphire Bay. Chapter 8. Some places are defined by a single, powerful symbol. In Mostar, that symbol is a bridge, the Starry Most. White stone arch over turquoise water, a graceful span across the Neretva. It's more than architecture. It's a testament to resilience and reconciliation. Destroyed during the war in the 1990s, painstakingly rebuilt. It connects two sides of the town. It links two cultures, the Ottoman-influenced East, the European West. To stand on it is a deeply moving experience. Chapter 9. Slovenia is a country of surprising diversity from alpine peaks to a sliver of sun-drenched Adriatic coastline. And perched on the tip of that coast is Piran, a picture-perfect town that feels like a miniature Venice. Narrow, winding alleys, pastel-colored houses, grand central square, a clear legacy of centuries under Venetian rule. The whole town is a pedestrian-friendly open-air museum built on a peninsula that juts into the brilliant blue sea. Tartini Square, named after the famous violinist born here, a marble-paved piazza that was once the inner harbor. Climb the hill to the Church of St. George, its Venetian-style campanile, for views over terracotta roofs in the sea. Slovenia's coast is tiny and often overlooked by travelers to Croatia or Italy, which helps keep Piran special and low-key. Grab a table at a harborside seafood restaurant and watch the fishing boats come in. Chapter 10. The final stop on our journey takes us to a place where history isn't just remembered, it's lived. We're heading to Germany's oldest city, Trier. Founded by the Romans under Emperor Augustus in 16 BC, its original name was Augusta Treverorum, the city of Augustus in the land of the Treveri. Tucked away in the picturesque Moselle wine valley, a stone's throw from the Luxembourg border, Trier is a city that often slips under the radar of international travelers, overshadowed by the allure of Berlin or Munich. Yet, long before Berlin was even a thought, Trier was a thriving Roman metropolis. By the 4th century, it had grown into one of the largest cities in the entire Roman Empire, serving as the capital of the Western Roman Empire and the residence of emperors like Constantine the Great. It was, without exaggeration, a second Rome north of the Alps. And the evidence of that golden age is everywhere, woven directly into the fabric of the modern city. You don't just visit the history here, you walk through it. The main point of entry to the old town is through the Porta Nigra, the Black Gate. A colossal, astonishingly preserved Roman gate, its sandstone blocks darkened by centuries of exposure, giving it its modern name. Built around 170 AD without any mortar, its massive stones held together only by iron clamps, it has stood for nearly 2,000 years. It's a powerful, tangible connection to the ancient world, a silent witness to the rise and fall of empires. Beyond the gate, the Roman legacy continues to unfold. The Aula Palatina, once the throne room of Constantine the Great, is now a Protestant church, its vast, unsupported interior still inspiring awe. Nearby lie the sprawling ruins of the Imperial Baths, one of the largest bath complexes of its time, and an amphitheater that once hosted gladiatorial combat for 20,000 spectators. All of these UNESCO World Heritage Sites are found within a compact, walkable city center. But Trier is not just a Roman theme park. It's a lively university town, its youthful energy pulsing through ancient streets. The Hauptmarkt, or Main Market Square, is a vibrant hub of daily life, framed by a beautiful ensemble of buildings spanning from the Renaissance to the Baroque. This blend of old and new extends to its culinary scene. While you can find classic German fare, look for local specialties that reflect the region's bounty. Dishes like Himmel und Erde, heaven and earth, a hearty mix of black pudding, fried onions, and mashed potatoes with applesauce, offer a true taste of the Rhineland. Tourists racing between Paris and Berlin often bypass this corner of Germany, missing a chance to walk in the footsteps of emperors and savor a unique cultural landscape. For a first traveler tip, rent a bike. The Moselle River bike path offers a flat, scenic route that is perfect for a leisurely day trip. Cycle along the river, watching the barges glide by, and marvel at the impossibly steep-sloped vineyards that define the region. And that brings us to the second tip: explore the wine. The Moselle is one of Germany's most prestigious wine regions, world-renowned for its Riesling. Many of the small wineries, or Weingüter, that dot the riverside villages offer tastings. Stop in, chat with the vintners, and enjoy a glass of crisp, world-class Riesling right at the source. It's an experience that connects you not just to the landscape, but to a tradition of winemaking that the Romans themselves introduced to this valley 2 millennia ago. In Trier, every sip and every step is a journey through time. Granada rests at the foot of the Sierra Nevada, where Moorish heritage meets lively Andalusian streets. The Alhambra crowns the city. Fortress palaces, gardens, its filigreed stucco macarnas, and cedar ceilings forming a pinnacle of Nasrid artistry. In the Court of the Lions, slender columns and lacework stone seem to turn light into pattern. Across the ridge, Generalife's summer retreats unfold in terraces of shade and sound. Water channels murmur through courtyards, carved arches and cypresses, and on clear days, snow-dusted peaks. Geometry, poetry, and landscape blend into a living manuscript of Islamic Spain. Below, the Albacine's whitewashed lanes twist past jasmine-draped walls and miradores that gaze toward the Alhambra, glowing at sunset. On neighboring Sacromonte, cave houses recall a Roma past. Evenings pulse with guitar heelwork and cante jondo, the deep song of traditional flamenco echoing through limestone hollows. Local flavor anchors the visit. With each drink, free tapas arrive. Garlicky prawns, tortilla-stewed oxtail, or piquant olives, turning casual stops into a roaming feast. Renaissance facades, Baroque churches, and tea houses along Caldereria form a tapestry where eras converse. Traveler tip: secure timed Alhambra. Entries well in advance, then wander the Carrera del Darro at dusk. Stone bridges river, whispers lantern light, and the palace walls rising above. Granada blends Islamic artistry, Castilian legacy, and a youthful university spirit. Grand yet intimate, historic yet unmistakably alive. On a peninsula between two harbors, glittering harbor close-ups. Valletta rises, golden limestone bastions, close-up stone texture above the deep blue Mediterranean. Founded by the Knights of St. John after the Great Siege of 1565, the city unfolds in a precise grid. Baroque facades, auberge, sculpted cornices. St. John's co-cathedral exterior, austere, then dazzles within marble tombs underfoot. Gilded chapels, Caravaggios, the beheading of St. John, commanding a hushed nave. From the upper Baracca gardens, noonday salutes roll across the wide Grand Harbor panorama. Fortresses, dockyards, bastion ramparts. Side streets descend in limestone steps lined with timber. Galleria balconies, tiny street shrines. Cafes serving pastizzi flaky with ricotta or mushy peas. Slip down to the waterline. Ladders lead to clear coves. Honeyed walls meet a mirror of Blue Cross by Dagazza to the three cities. Vittoriosa, Senglea, Cospicua. Watchtowers. Churches. Curtain walls reflect in calm inlets. History lingers in war shelters in the Maltese cross, carved on portals, and in straight streets revived music bars and bistros. Traveler tip. Arrive at golden hour, the stone glows, breezes cool the lanes and viewpoints ignite with sunset. Valletta distills the Mediterranean. Crusader legacy, Italian flair. British echoes compact, walkable, and quietly unforgettable. Outro. From the Ottoman houses of Berat to the Roman gates of Trier, this journey explores a Europe that lies just off the main tourist map. These are cities that reward the curious traveler, the one willing to take a slight detour for a more meaningful experience. They remind us that travel isn't just about ticking off a list of famous sites. It's about connection. Connecting with history, with a different way of life, and most importantly, with people. The real souvenir you bring home from a place like Mostar, Plovdiv, isn't a trinket. It's a broadened perspective. It's the understanding that Europe is not a monolith, but a rich, complex mosaic of cultures, histories, and stories. By choosing to visit these less traveled places, you enrich your own journey. You also support local economies,